Hello and welcome back to my channel. And today's a special day. And it marks 6 years since I became a mom. William turned 6 today, and I don't know if I'm okay. Like, it hasn't fully hit, like, it comes in waves. And since I gave little brother birth story a little moment, you better believe I'm giving big brother his moment. Why? Because his is a little bit more eventful. And leading up to his birth was a little eventful. Nothing super scary, but like things that should not happen that soon. So we're about to get into it. But yeah, 6 years ago I became a mommy. That's hitting again. If you ever notice, I don't get super emotional. I don't get super, like, I don't get teary. I'm not one of those moms. And let's normalize that. Not that anyone came at me, but like there are times where I sit back and think, like, for like example, when my kids were laid on my chest after I gave birth, I didn't have like emotional tears like other mothers do. I was extremely happy, and I was like at the most complete I ever felt at that moment, but I didn't like ugly cry. I don't know. All right, so okay, let's just get into it. Let's just go. What made William's birthday so eventful? Birthday. Yeah, basically. I'm not wrong. So, I worked at a little restaurant in Beverly Hills, and honestly, I'm afraid to use their name because there was a moment when I worked for them and I was venting out and I was in MLM and I was just trying to be really like transparent with what was going on in real life and why I was pushing for MLM so hard and why I wanted to get out of the restaurant life. And I did not tag them in there. I did not tag them at all. And somehow someone was spying on my account and told them. And it was dramatic. And the kitchen manager had to come up and say, "Hey, did you really do this?" I said, "Yes, I did, but I never tagged Mickey Fine. I never even said Mickey Fine. I said the restaurant." Like I had to paint some kind of picture, but I didn't say where. I go, "Some people know where I work, but not everybody." And he goes, "Okay, all right." He's like, "Just don't do that again." I'm like, "Oh, fine." So I have not really talked about that restaurant in over 3 years. So I think it's safe that I could like talk about it, but I just won't. I won't drop their name. But if you know me, and you know what, I am probably going to be sharing some pictures of me pregnant wearing the shirt. So if you recognize the shirt, if you recognize that elevator, all the things, you know where I worked in Beverly Hills. Let's just say it was about 2 blocks away from Villa Blanca. I'm not telling you what direction, but it was in that area of Beverly Hills, which was literally 3 or 4, 5 blocks from Rodeo Drive. So if no one really knows, so if you don't know Beverly Hills, but you're kind of aware of Rodeo Drive, that area-ish. So they overworked me. From the moment I found out I was pregnant, I was already working 6 days. I was working Monday through Saturday. Saturday was a 6-hour day, and I was working with my husband. I have to say, working on Saturdays was the most fun to work. And then when I got pregnant, it was even more fun because the other cook inside the kitchen would like make me really yummy treats. And if I could find pictures of them on my Facebook, you will definitely be seeing them all right here. So, I think by 2 or 3 weeks, like by 2 weeks, if not a week, after they found out I was pregnant, the bosses, I noticed I was just extremely tired. I go, "You know what? I'm pregnant. It's my first baby. It's the first trimester. Let me not be stupid. Let me see if I could get off of the 6th day and not do Saturdays anymore." Right? Mind you, before I came to them with that issue, they said, "If you need to change your schedule at any time, come to us and we will work with you." Okay? So that is why I felt like I could go to them. And I was already busting like 3 or 4 years with them. I already had some kind of relationship with one of the bosses. Okay. And when I went to her and told her, hey, can I not do Saturdays anymore? Can I just do Monday through Friday, please? She looked at me and said, you're not even that big. But I'm feeling extremely fucking tired. I already work 8 hours plus for you. Don't take 10-minute breaks. I'm a waitress on my feet, carrying things around all day long besides her own body and baby. And I know at that first trimester it's like a little blueberry, you know. So yeah, but okay. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I just literally worked my ass off all the way up until 7.5 months, maybe 8 months. Getting out of the 7th month, going into the 8th month, I feel is when it happened. My mucus plug dropped while I was on the clock, while I was running around. I was having contractions. It was a moment that I was concerned. Basically, I went to the bathroom, you know, like a pregnant woman would. Went to wipe, saw some blood on the tissue. I went, okay, like something's going on. Oh shit. And then, but before that, they had finally told me that my last day at work was going to be April 15th. This was, I got married March 4th. March 4th. Yeah, so it would be April. And William came April 21st. Huh, today. January, February, March. Yeah. So sometime between me getting married and William coming, I had to be on a bed rest. So basically, what happened is I was already having um, my routine scheduled appointment, and I called and I said, "Hey, you know, I'm supposed to come in like about take two. I'm not." So I called my doctor. I went in, and the second manager on the floor, I looked at her and I said, I'm bleeding. And she's like, go, it's okay, go to the alley, go call your doctor. I'll tell Oscar, who is the main manager, what's going on. Do not worry. I went, okay. I'm like, hello, they both know I'm pregnant. I'm like, out to here. So it's like, if I had to go call my doctor, like I knew I wasn't going to get in trouble. So I did that. I talked to them. They said, okay, all right, pay attention to your body, sit down for a little while, drink some orange juice. If you feel the baby kicking, we're okay. Just rest and chill if you have to, and keep track of the contractions. So I did. And I have a picture of it, and I know I have a picture of it somewhere on my social media, and I hope I find it here somewhere and you will see. And it was getting kind of close. So my workday ended. I went to the doctor. My doctor got so mad at me. She got mad, not like not that mad, but she was like, why didn't you just go straight to the doctor? Why didn't you go straight to the ER? I went, because everything relaxed after I called you and I had orange juice and I sat down. Everything was fine. And she's like, okay, all right. So she's like, I'm gonna put you on bed rest. I'm gonna give you. She's gonna give me something to slow down the contractions, and she did. That did help. She gave me the note for bed rest. I went to the doctor. I went back to my restaurant that I worked at, which is also, here's another hint. It's also part pharmacy. And because I was going to be on bed rest, I wasn't going to come in the next day, give them the note, and go all the way home. I'm like, my husband could drive me. Plus, with there already being a pharmacy, they could fill the prescription, hopefully. So, 2 birds with 1 stone. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. We went back to work. I talked to the husband of the bosses. It was a married couple. Talked to the husband. I said, hey, I need to be on bed rest. I dropped my mucus plug today while I was on the floor. They just want me to chill. And he goes, okay, like, cool. Like, don't worry about it. Like, let's go break your last check. Like, he was the cooler of the two. He really was. And yeah, it's just basically that. He was the cooler of the two. And he was super sweet. I got my medication, went home, took it, ate, went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night to even more cramping. I'm like, ugh. And my husband's like, all right, let's go to the doctor. Let's go to the ER. So we went to the ER. They basically found that I had some like bacteria buildup in my little womanhood, which is common, which is normal. It's just because it was my first pregnancy, and basically it was the part where everything like flowed. I don't know how else to explain it, but that's how they explained it to me. It like when you get pregnant, the flow down there of liquids is different, and it just gets clogged up. And since it was my first pregnancy, all the muscles, all my stomach was still pretty tight, even though I was in my third trimester, you know? So it was just excruciating. So they gave me antibiotics. They said, okay, like take these for a week and you should feel good. I started feeling good by day 5 instead of day 7. I was like, okay, all right, I feel good. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I have 2 more months until this birth. He was due May 19th. May 19th, between May 18th and May 20th. That was like the estimation. So I was like, I remember one of my customers telling me, you know, the fact that you're a waitress, that you keep moving, this is going to help you in your labor because your hips are going to be moving. And once they put you on maternity leave, make sure you continue walking daily, because you're loose. The more you, not more that you walk, but the daily walks will keep your hips open, and that will help you in labor. That stuck with me. I was like, oh, and I'm a walker. I'm like, yes, I could do that. So once I got over that little bacteria moment, I would be out of the house for like 2 hours. That's not bed rest. That's not bed rest at all. That was silly stupidness. But that was also me being very antsy. Couldn't sit still. Wanted labor to go smooth. All the things. I couldn't sit still mainly. And plus, a lot of times I would come home and bring home I would bring home junk food. Not junk food, but like fast food, and just say, yeah, screw it. Also, that's another reason why I gained so much weight during that pregnancy. Both pregnancies, I got overweight. So if you got overweight during your pregnancies or pregnancy, it's okay. It is okay. Just discipline yourself a year after the baby is born. Okay? You do that, and you're kind to yourself, and you have a simple but effective plan, I don't see why the baby weight can't fall off, because that's me talking out of experience. So bed rest, and all right, now let's jump to the 36 week. Basically it is the 35th week, the last day. So like day 7, I guess, or basically the last day of that week. I go to my 36 week doctor appointment like scheduled, and she's checking out my belly, but she doesn't check out the wuhak. She says, okay, next week at 38 weeks or 37, I'll check to see if you're dilated. We'll do that later. I'm like, okay, all right. William, as I was laying down on my back, curled, did something as she was walking out, and she looked at my belly and goes, oh, he's gonna come early. Oh, how early? And she's like, probably 2 weeks. So just take it easy. I went, okay, all right, good, because my baby shower's this Saturday. That's important. That's important. All right, and she's like, okay. And that's what it is. I also find out that I lost a pound. I'm like, oh, I could walk up to In-N-Out and enjoy it even more. Yes, that was already the plan. I was already going to, after the appointment, walk up to, and it was 4:20, and do you know how much that killed to not hit a joint on 4:20? So yeah, I was going to eat In-N-Out and pretend that I was stoned. So that's what I did. So I walked the 2 blocks to the In-N-Out, got my food, ordered my Uber, got home, ate it, took a nap, woke up, and started having like contractions. And I'm like, okay, it's 36 weeks, it's Braxton Hicks, it's whatever. My husband comes home around 5 and goes, okay, I'm gonna go get my haircut, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. And he was looking at me because he noticed I was kind of like in the fetal position, and he goes, "If you need me, call me. I'll be close. I'm not gonna get too far." I'm like, yeah, stay close, stay close. But I don't think like, you know, but don't rush home either. You know, and he's like, okay. I don't know how long after he left, but my water broke. And I thought I peed myself. I was sitting up like this on the bed watching TV. I don't even remember what I was watching. And it really did feel like a water balloon popping. Like, for me, that's what it was. And it was like a whoosh down there. But then the cramping. They don't tell you about the cramping that happens after your water breaks. Or not, to me, they didn't. I kept running to the bathroom. I couldn't figure out if I had to pee or poop. That is how intense it was. And I'm like, this is weird. This is intense. Let me put on a pad. Right? And so all I could think about is just keep walking around the house. I had to keep walking around the house. I was living with roommates. I was their roommate, basically. And they were going to somebody else's house to have like someone's like birthday or something. And the grandma had made shrimp pasta, and they had left me some. She's like, "Oh, let's leave some for the pregnant woman." Right? My husband comes home, and I'm in an L shape over the kitchen chair, eating, because I didn't want to sit down. Standing felt good, all of that. And my husband's looking at me. He goes, "Okay, we're going to the hospital right now. I rather," because they're like, "No, they're just gonna send us home like last time. We have 4 more weeks. This is Braxton Hicks. I'm fine. I am fine." Was I fine? He's like, "Hell no. I'd rather them tell me that you're fine. Go pack a bag. Let's go." I'm like, "Oh, fine." So I waddle, go get the bag. We get there, they check me out, and they go, "Oh yeah, you did break your water." I went, "Oh." He's like, "So you're gonna have this baby either tonight or tomorrow morning." I went, okay. And so I'm like, "Call my mom." It was like my first reaction was call my mom. So they take me into the room, they give me the spinal tap drug, and I'm like, "It's 420, bitch. That's for 420. Yeah. And this is because I'm a stoner. Yeah." If you're a stoner and you go into labor and you get the epidural on 420, hit that shit. You deserve it. Okay, hit that shit on 420. It will make you throw up, but after it's just, But now when I get to the push down. Okay, so they give me the epidural. I do get sick off of it. And then after all of that was over, I looked at my husband and I said, "Okay, let me take a nap before this happens." He's like, "Okay." So I think I took a nap for like 2 hours. Woke up. They come and check and they go, "Oh, you're ready to push." I went, and that was at 12:44. So it was already the next day. I'm like, okay. Started pushing exactly to the hour. 1:44. Mr. William was placed on my chest. And everything was normal. He had 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 nipples, a penis, like all the stuff. Right? And I remember, he goes, my doctor told me, she goes, "Okay, I will tell you this before you start pushing. If the baby is under 7 pounds, we'll have to put it in the NICU. Okay? But if it's over 7 pounds, we should be good," right? I'm like, "Okay, all right," and so of course I send a prayer up. They weigh him 7.1 ounce. 1 ounce over the designated, like, okay, NICU, like, weight. And everything was fine. His breathing was good. Everything was good. And I looked at the nurses and I said, "This is going to sound crazy, but my baby shower is tomorrow." They go, "What? Is there any way, or does it look like I might be able to get out by tomorrow?" Like, if everything goes good with my body, everything goes good with William, can I be able to go home? And they go, yeah, I guess, yeah, sure. Okay, like, let's see with your doctor, let's see with the pediatrician, and when everything happens tomorrow, yeah. So, fast forward, we are released, we are able to go to the baby shower, and you know what really sucked for me? What really fucking sucked is I don't have a lot of friends here in Culver City. I don't. Like, the friends that I met were through my husband, you know, so like, so there's that. The people at work that I invited to the baby shower didn't show up because I obviously got excited that I gave birth to my child and shared it on my social media. So they thought I wasn't going to be at the baby shower, even though I was fucking saying that I'm going to get released, I'll be at the baby shower. So no one on my side showed up. But the people that my roommates invited and their little family that I know and my husband's friends, they all showed up. And I literally was at my baby shower. Like, I came home fresh, no shower, just fresh, waddled, like all the things. And people were like, oh my god, she's here, the baby's here, yada yada yada. And I looked at them and I said, y'all let me shower before I hug you, please. I'll come out in like 10-15 minutes and I'll say hi to you all. But I said, shall I share the baby, you know? And so I ran. No, I did not run. Hello. But I went, took a shower, got myself somewhat together, went out there, and my husband brought the baby back in because it was getting cold. It was getting closer to the nighttime that we had the baby shower. And I was there. I tried to eat some food. I couldn't eat. That's one of the things after I give birth. I can't eat for like 3 or 4 days. It is so weird. Does anyone else experience that? I don't know if that's normal. But it's normal for me. So I go out there, all of that. William's inside, not necessarily by himself, but like by himself. And my husband looked at me because he saw me. He knew I was kind of like sad. He's like, you're sad no one showed up on your side. I go, yeah, I'm pissed. Like, I know no one here except for you and our roommate's siblings and her mother. And he's like, do you just want to go inside with the baby? I go, duh. I want to play with the new toy. Obviously, babies aren't toys, but like that, like, hello, the excitement of a new baby. Like, all you want to do is snuggle a little. New mothers get it. So I went in and I literally just laid, watched TV, and snuggled that baby. And the next day, his parents came, and I remember the next day, a lot of people just kept coming in and out, and all I wanted to do was sleep. But it was good. That was good. What else happened? So the baby shower did and for those who don't know, William's on the spectrum. So that's why I made such a that's why I said like, hey, like, he was born 36 weeks. He was born 4 weeks early. We didn't start catching signs until he couldn't roll over. Like, at 9 months, he still wasn't crawling. He still wasn't rolling over. He didn't start walking until like almost 2.5. Now he's running and can't stop him. But he's still not talking. And he still can't feed himself fully while he's at home, but at school he can. Okay. That's awesome. And slightly annoying. Because, like, there are times, because AJ, I love that about AJ, where I could put a plate of food and he's there and he just munches away and he's content. He's like, I could go do the dishes, I could go clean, I could go pee. Like that. But with William, for him, I have to sit there and still spoon feed him. Like, I'm trying to work with him. I'm trying to figure out ways that make him want to do it. But here, he just doesn't want to touch the plate. This year, I'm looking into ABA. I'm finally caving into ABA. Or BAB, whatever. Like, the behavioral stuff. Because I definitely need help. Like, a lot of stuff has changed since he went to school. Like, he was supposed to start school the year of COVID. Like, he should have 3 years under his belt. Or 2.5 years instead of a year and a half. But it is what it is. And in the last like a year and a half of school, he has made so much progress. He is saying words. It's not fully, but like it's like a 2-year-old, almost a 3-year-old level of speech and like verbiage, or like how he pronunciates the words. So I see improvement. I see a lot of improvement. We're potty training. Like he definitely knows when he feels a sensation. He's gotta get his booty up and go. We're having less accidents. Cha-ching. We're still not out of diapers at night. I am praying for a way to fix that because I noticed last night when I put on the diaper for him to go to bed, it's getting really tight. So pray that I find a way that he doesn't pee at night, or he wakes up, feels it, gets up, and actually goes pee. So fingers crossed. But overall, he's just like, he's a funny guy. Even though he's non-verbal-ish, he's a funny guy. Those curls will charm the shit out of you. If you know, you know. And honestly, I can't wait to see what he becomes. Because, like, I don't know if he could be the artist of the two. And Big Brother could be the more physical one. Because, like, you take him to the park, and William's more into, like, playing with the sand and, like, sensory stuff. So that's why I see him, like, maybe, like, making clay artwork or and when he had his tablet, he would make film. Like, he would film himself, and I feel like he would copy me because he would see me do, like, the TikToks and the Reels. And so he would do his own version of that. So he might become his own little, like, content creator. Will I be mad? So, that is the dude that made me a mommy 6 years ago. Holy schmoly. Okay, I want to go be in my feelings. I want to go run down to Target, go be a mom and be in my feelings and just be happy. And that, of course he's here. Of course, as I end this, the garbage truck dude is here. So we're going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you are into pop culture, I do have a podcast. Go look for WTF Pop Culture with Serafina. I do have episodes here on the channel. So go back, go look, and can't wait to talk to you. I just wanna know if you're gonna